What's good, guys? This is Mike from Midnight Rubbish, and I wanted to start off this video by letting you know exactly what's going to be in it. As you can see, the runtime is quite long. It's going to be our longest video we've ever put on the channel, but considering the contents of the video, we felt it would only be fair if we gave it our full attention, so it is over an hour for that reason. Just to let you know, we will be pulling clips from Brett Cooper's channel on the comment section where she covered a bit of this, and we'll be pulling from some of her information. We will have a reaction video from Andrew Tate on here, and we will also be reacting to a person who is defending Balenciaga, and obviously we want to know what you guys think about their take on it versus our take. But before the video starts, I came across some information whilst I was editing, so I stopped editing the video to add this in. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I'm saying this guy's name right. His name is Francois Henry Pinault, and he's the owner of Gucci. He's also the owner of Saint Laurent and Balenciaga. He's the CEO of the luxury fashion group, which is Kering, and Kering is like it's the umbrella that has Balenciaga, Gucci and Saint Laurent underneath it. He's also the husband of Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek you might know from things such as Dusk Till Dawn. That's what I think she's most well known for, but that is who his wife is. And he also owns a website called Christies.com, and I came across this website because of an article. They're talking about Balenciaga receiving a lot of criticism from all different areas, and one of those areas have taken aim at Christie's, which is selling a very disturbing art. And when I say disturbing art, I am not joking with you. It is so disturbing that I can't actually even show you what it is.
This is a sickness. It is deviant. Therefore, we don't want it.
What I'm going to need you guys to do is go to Christies.com, and I'll tell you exactly where you need to search. Just bear with me here. So this article is basically covering the controversies surrounding Balenciaga. And it says the owner of the fashion brand Balenciaga has been targeted on social media over what some have branded a disturbing selection of child-themed art pieces that have been hosted and sold on its auction website. Balenciaga has faced widespread backlash in recent days for since deleted campaign images shown on its website that included toddlers holding the company's teddy bear handbags. The stuffed toys appeared to be dressed in bondage gear such as fishnet shirts and studded leather harnesses and collars. Following days of criticism, Balenciaga brand ambassador Kim Kardashian said in a statement shared Sunday on Twitter that she was disgusted and shaken by the images. Other public figures have also criticized the photos. As social media users continue to scrutinize the luxury fashion brand and its offerings, they have turned their attention to a number of art pieces depicting children with genitalia in places of their nose, mouth, and among other features on the website of world-leading auction house Christie's. Christie's is owned by this Francois guy, as we were saying earlier. He's the owner. He's a multi-billionaire. He's the husband of screen star Selma Hayek, who we mentioned previously. He's also the chairman and CEO of Kering, the multinational company that owns Balenciaga, leading some online to draw connections between the two. Despite the online criticism, there is no evidence to suggest that Pinault would have any input on the works in question, or any other art going up on the Christie's website. Now, this is why I have a serious problem with this rhetoric. The images on Christie's.com are so disturbing. The artwork that has been sold on there is so disturbing. I don't know how it's not been taken down. I have no idea, and this wasn't sold recently. This was apparently sold back in 2010, so there would be no reason to still feature these images on the website. They're so disgusting that when you guys go to see it, you're going to look sideways, and you're probably going to want to clear your search history. I know damn well that I'm going to. If you want to find the artwork, when you go to Christies.com, and I use the word art very, very loosely here. When you go to Christies.com, type in Jake and Dino Chapman into the search bar and press enter. When you go to enter, it will come up with nothing found. But when you go to sold, which is on the top left hand side of the screen, click on that. There's about 110 items sold, and then you have a scroll through and you tell me what you see. Now, I can't post these images on here because the YouTube video will be taken down. There's just absolutely no way YouTube will allow that sort of content on the website. But there's a lot of damage control going on right now. As you can see there, I've had to blur this part. I'm scrolling back up so that you guys can see what the website looks like. So this is what the website looks like initially. There's nothing too concerning here. What you want to do is go over here, type in Jake and Dino Chapman, right? Press enter. Now, as you can see here, there's nothing on the website. There's nothing coming up. It tells you to try checking your spelling. But go over to sold lots and you guys let me know what you think. Anyways, guys, once you've done that, come back to the video, enjoy the content we've got for you today. As I said, Brett Cooper will feature in this. We've pulled clips from her video, pulled a clip from Andrew Tate, and we'll be reacting to somebody that is defending Balenciaga. Please let us know what you think about all of this in the comment section below after the video. We appreciate all the support, and hopefully we can stop this madness from happening and identify those that are supporting this absolute lunacy. That's the only way that I can put it. Catch you guys at the end of the video. So Balenciaga released a new line of clothing or handbags or whatever, and they had kids advertising it, but the stuff they were advertising was BDSM products. The kids were holding teddy bears, which we're going to get into that in a little bit, but this is actually extremely creepy. So fashion label Balenciaga has been slammed over a creepy detail in an advert for its gift range. In images later removed from the label's Instagram page, 2 young girls could be seen holding teddy bears dressed in what appeared to be in bondage gear. I know Balenciaga does some stupid stuff, but this has really taken the cake. In one picture, a little girl with auburn hair was dressed in a black Balenciaga t-shirt as she held a white bear wearing leather look straps and a string vest with a padlock around its neck. This isn't even conspiracy stuff. This is actually quite creepy, and I'm a little bit shocked that they thought that this was a good idea to put out. A second photograph depicted a brunette girl wearing a blue Balenciaga outfit, clutching a purple soft toy also adorned in leather look straps. I mean, I don't wear Balenciaga. I've never bought anything Balenciaga. I never will. But I don't think that they can run with artistic liberties when they're posting images of children, because that's what it is. I don't care if the kids have clothes on them. To post kids with BDSM gear or whatever the hell that stuff is, and then there's documents that basically are associated with child in the picture, that's not artistic freedom. There's something sick going on there.
This is the court case peeking out under the purse in one of those photos, and it is Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. And it was in this court case that the Supreme Court struck down 2 parts of the Anti-Child Act, which basically said that virtual child wasn't really child, and it seems very strangely intentional that they are putting that in this campaign next to these children holding kink teddy bears.
What kind of sick freak greenlit something like that? It is so mad. And then they've got those padlocks on, right?
So I'm actually shook.
Balenciaga website features a child holding a BDSM teddy bear. Remember this lock. Scroll down and you'll find paperwork on a desk. Zoom in and you'll see this is a court excerpt relating to Freedom of Speech Coalition. This specific paragraph is from U.S. versus Michael Williams relating to child P. Remember that lock on the child's bear from earlier? Well, this grown adult male is portrayed holding the key.
If this doesn't leave you feeling all sorts of ick, I don't know what will.
I think the scariest part about it is how well thought out it's all been done. You know, somebody has specifically gone and chosen that extract and said, we're going to put it in this photograph to promote this product, and just positioned it in everything. So they've literally gone out of their way to put that there. Do you know what I mean? That's the scary part. It's been really thought out. Like I was saying, it's probably gone through multiple people for approval as well. Other people would have reviewed it after it was done and approved it. And that has been specifically placed there.
Yeah, it's like trying to hide things in plain sight, but
yeah,
the internet is not stupid, and people always say the internet remains undefeated. They will always see this shit and call you out on it.
But they probably want you to see it, otherwise why else would they put it there?
Well, I mean, they have done damage to their brand by doing this. I can't imagine anyone after seeing this would ever want to buy anything Balenciaga related. And it's funny that Elon has come into Twitter and they've basically cleared out hashtags that had anything to do with assault of children, and Balenciaga are leaving Twitter now as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, their values do not align, coincidentally.
Think about the parents of them children who have been used for these photos as well.
Do you know what? Some parents do some sick things. I wouldn't be surprised if some parents are involved in this. I mean, we've already seen a bunch of madness that people are partaking in these days. This
is the stuff that annoys me. It's like all of this stuff is outright being done in our faces, yet nobody ever does anything about it.
Well, they're
nobody
doing stuff
ever
about
gets
it now.
in trouble.
It's very, I don't know what they would do to get Balenciaga in trouble, because this seems to be a deep-rooted problem.
It's not just specifically, say, Balenciaga or getting them in trouble. It's the fact of how corrupt it is, of how so many people behind closed doors are doing so much.
It is sick. It is a
sickness.
sickness.
And these people are unstoppable.
Well, I mean, they're being held to task now. I hope that when people see this stuff, that they don't indulge in their products. Just the images of the children alone is enough. That is enough. The fact that Balenciaga is now leaving Twitter, or have left Twitter around the same time that a hashtag that has been cleared out, that was being used by people that assault children, is either just really bad timing or very, very convenient. The thing is that I don't know all the processes that go into an advert appearing in a magazine or a billboard, but you have to imagine that it has checks and balances. I'm pretty sure that, you know, what is very polarizing now, if someone took artistic liberties to insult the LGBT community, for example, or Jewish people, right? Two things you cannot do. I'm pretty sure it would have had checks and balances for people to say, hey, we can't put this stuff out there. It's not right. How this got through, it blows my mind. That you would have children near BDSM gear. That you would have documents that are related to things that I even want to say on camera about children. There's too many dots that are being connected here. There's way too many. But it doesn't end there. I'll show you guys something else.
As the story started to progress, Balenciaga wiped their entire Instagram, which had all of the photos from the campaign, including the weird BDSM bears. And then about 12 hours later, they just quietly reposted them all, except the weird bear. And then, of course, they started deleting comments and then fully limited comments on all of the photos. Classic. They're not wanting to give any explanation. They're not actually removing the photos and saying, hey, yeah, we screwed up. No, they're just saying, no, we don't want you to infringe upon our new collection. We don't want you to be talking about it.
So they take down all their pictures on Instagram. Then they re-upload them, remove the one that has the disgusting images of children. Then they delete comments. Then they limit comments. The people at the top at Balenciaga know damn well what was going on. I don't know how they thought that people wouldn't pick up on it. I really don't. I don't know how they thought people would think this is acceptable. It might be a surprise to some of you because of how much we cover this, but people don't find it acceptable to sexualize children. Normal people don't find that acceptable. I don't know what is going on from the top down. I don't know what is going through people's minds that think it's okay to expose children to this shit. But normal people don't think this. Normal people think that you guys are freaks. And make no mistake, I think the people at Balenciaga are a bunch of freaks. I thought they were freaks before this.
Yeah, maybe they thought they were going to get a different reaction to what they actually got.
From who? Who are you selling this to? Pedophiles? Is this for pedophiles? Because if it is, then it makes sense. It's still sick, but at least it makes sense. But you post this on your public Instagram page for everyone to see. What response did you think you were going to get? If anything, the FBI should be knocking at your door right now.
Knowing how many people were involved, like for example, setting up that whole photo shoot for that guy, there would have been people sorting out everything, and then there would have been somebody specific that's like brought the key over, put it here, positioned, hold it like this, and it's just like, how many people are even aware of what's being done, or are some of them none the wiser? Do you know what I mean? Are they just being told, yeah, we're going to do a picture with a key and that's it, or the people, or all the people involved?
Imagine an assault survivor seeing this. Imagine an actual survivor seeing this shit and thinking, what the hell is going on? What happened to me as a child, which is one of the most disgusting things that you can do, is now being paraded around as if it's some sort of like fashion statement. It's disgusting. I hope everyone that sees this video and anyone that has seen any video regarding this boycotts Balenciaga to teach them a lesson. I hope they go bankrupt for this. I hope they go right under. This shit, this is so sickening to me.
I just think it won't happen because the world's too corrupt.
Well, people have the power to talk with their wallets. I know a lot of people might not see this. They might not see other videos that have covered it. But for the people that do see this, the people that have heard about it, burn your Balenciaga gear and do not buy that shit anymore. Because you know it is directly tied to a bunch of freaks and weirdos. I mean, they were already freaks and weirdos. And this solidified it.
Who is Lada Volkova? Volkova was born in 1984 and grew up in Vladivostok, Russia. In 2007, she moved to London to study at Central St. Martin's College. She was quick to become a rising star in the London club scene, and she ended up moving to Paris where she met this guy, Gosha Rubajinsky. He ended up introducing her to the one and only creative director of Balenciaga, Demna Gvasalia, I think that's how you say his name. Here is her and Demna together. Volkova was in charge of styling and casting models. She has an Instagram page and it is private. As you can see, I know Skims follow her, so Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and a lot of other celebrities. I'm gonna put my face on this photo because I don't want this to get removed, but this is some of her Instagram posts. And here's some more of her posts, which is super disturbing.
They had no idea, and they're going to take legal action against the person who put the documents in the photos, whether it be the photographer or the creative director. And then they said that they do not condone child sex trafficking. Thank God.
That is the most ridiculous statement to even put out.
I mean, there's no apology you can put out to fix this. Like, I never bought your products to begin with. I never will. But there was nothing that you could say to make this right. I hope you know that. You already put your foot so far in it that there is no coming back from this. This is a line that you just don't cross. I think once you cross this line, with me personally, there's a lot of things I can excuse. This is not one of them. Like, I just can't excuse this. I would encourage everybody to boycott Balenciaga. They are clearly out of their mind. Someone wrote, thoughts on the Balenciaga scandal? I don't know what to believe. This guy, his name is Galax, said, I have a lot to say about this. I was thinking of making a YouTube video to discuss. People seem to be blind to the fact that the whole scandal was ignited by a YouTuber named Natalie Dennis, who makes videos about the Illuminati/conspiracy theories and also celebrity gossip. It doesn't matter who made the video.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. What is in the pictures and what are the things in the background? I don't care who exposed it. I don't care if it was Alex Jones that exposed it. We can see the kids in the bondage gear with the teddy bears. We know what the teddy bears represent. Everyone does. I don't understand why it matters who it came from. But then he went on to say, then it was picked up by Fox News, the same news channel that thinks drag queens are dangerous. No one thinks drag queens are dangerous on their own. People just don't think drag queens should be in schools. In schools. In primary schools. What is a drag queen? Is male burlesque. I would not hire a stripper or a burlesque dancer to go and read story time to children. So why would I hire a drag queen? What sense does that make? Children are not meant to be at burlesque shows, whether there's women there or men. It's an 18+ area. This shit's already pissing me off. I fucking hate people like this. No one's scared of drag queens. No one thinks that a drag queen themselves is a dangerous person. But it is extremely concerning when you have drag queens in primary schools. What are they doing there? I don't understand. What is a drag queen doing in a primary school?
Yeah, it is an adult show and it is an adult thing, so...
I've met drag queens before. Cool with them. No problems whatsoever. Had jokes with them. No, calm people. But if they told me they were going to a primary school to read story time in their drag outfit, I'd say, why?
Yeah, why?
Why? That's not your place. You're not supposed to be there. I've got no issues with drag clubs or LGBT clubs or whatever else. But that stuff's over there. And primary schools are over there. They don't need to mix.
I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. I have no idea. What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much? Other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sexual things on stage. I have absolutely no idea why you would want that to influence your child.
And now it's widespread to people commenting on my content calling me a child abuser. Well, I mean, if you're sympathizing with this stuff, what do you expect? What do you expect? Like I said, people don't have an issue with drag queens existing. Most people anyway, because it's an 18+ setting. You know, there's a whole space for these people. Why do kids need to be there? Would you take your kid to a burlesque with women?
But this is it. This is where the mindset behind even this is wrong. I feel like it's got that victim mentality, and then that's why I'm just even dreading to hear what he actually has to say.
Yeah, it's mad. These people are mad and they're sick. And then he went on to say, I personally think it's a lot of unfortunate timing and poor decision making for props for photo shoots, and that's about it really. In my eyes, the teddy bear handbags, which are from the Summer 23 show, look more like goth/punk than anything sexual. Well, then you're blind, bruv. You're blind.
Regardless of how you think it looks, the reality is it's wearing
It was bondage gear.
Yeah, and even Balenciaga have sort of owned up to it as well. So,
so what the
your
hell
points are relevant.
What are you talking about, fam? Balenciaga have owned up to it. Their flipping spokeswoman Kim Kardashian said it was mad. I still don't believe her. I believe they're all in on it, but they've got a safe face. What are you talking about? These people that say these things, and there's children involved. There's a lot of things that I can make concessions for. This is not one of them. As soon as you bring children into it and you try to normalize this shit, like when there were people trying to say that Cuties was okay to have on Netflix. Did you ever see that film?
No.
It was this film that came out on Netflix. I don't even know if it's still up anymore, but it was about a coming of age story about these young girls that were twerking. These were little girls, like little.
Oh, like the dancing show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that at the time though, yeah.
Disgusting, and people were trying to say, it's okay, it's not that bad. I couldn't even stomach the whole film. I tried my best to watch it just so I can give my opinion. It's disgusting. It's honestly the only people that would enjoy a film like that are pedophiles. Like there's no normal person that would enjoy a film like that. Then the papers on the desk are from a separate shoot for the Adidas collab containing no children. A point seemed to be forgotten about in all news reports, which are super blurry anyway. Balenciaga themselves said it was the set design company that chose those. I want to hear your excuse, bro. Those documents were very conveniently placed. Someone earlier said to me that it's all proof, and I'm like, proof of what? Think about it really. Would a major fashion house want you to believe that it exploits children? Lol. That's not good for business, is it? Use your brain and don't believe every TikTok you see. Bruv, we already knew what the deal was before TikTok even got involved. It's plain as day. We don't need to see some reactionaries on TikTok for us to know when something sideways is going on.
And I just can't get behind the concept of him trying to defend it when Balenciaga have basically put their hands up and removed everything anyway.
The people connected to Balenciaga have said, yeah, this is messed up. Now, I don't believe them. I believe they're all in on it. I don't trust any of them. Kim Kardashian, Nicole Kidman, whoever else is involved in it.
I got told that Kim Kardashian, basically all of her brands and everything of hers is all under Balenciaga. So she can't actually go against them, otherwise she'll practically ruin everything else for herself. So maybe she might not be behind it, but she can't, you know.
Yeah, it is Nicole Kidman. And Nicole Kidman has been completely silent on it. She hasn't said anything. Kim Kardashian is the one that spoke up, but I still don't believe her either. I don't believe any of these people. And this moron, this Gallup guy that is basically defending it, telling people to open their eyes and stop believing everything that you read or listening to reactionary TikToks. The pictures are there to see. I don't care who revealed it. I don't care if the person I hated the most revealed it. I don't care if it's the Young Turks. I don't care if it's Ethan Klein. I don't even care if it's some convict that revealed it. I can see the pictures with my own eyes, and Balenciaga have denounced it. So why are you defending it? How does that make you look?
If it was done on purpose, which as we've just deciphered it must have been, why are they doing this? And I don't think many people understand why a brand like Balenciaga would so openly show the world that they are trying to promote pedophilia.
Tell them.
I'll tell them why. So some could argue that they're trying to advertise it and encourage it. Normalize. And that is the case. That is what they're trying to do. But it actually goes a level deeper than that. Satanists, people who worship Satan, believe in karmic retribution. They believe that they can suffer the consequence of lying and tricking you. So the very simple premise is this. If I sell poison apples and I write apples and you come and eat one, I poisoned you. But if I sell poison apples and I have a sign that says apples, they're poison, and you come and eat one, you committed suicide. I haven't murdered you. You've committed suicide.
That's what Satanists believe.
Satanists believe by telling you what they're doing, they don't have any karmic retribution. I'm not responsible for the consequence. I'm not responsible for all the negative fallout from my actions if they understood what I was doing and allowed me to do it. This is why they show you and tell you what they're doing. If I show you and tell you that we are pedophiles and you continue to buy our products, then you're supporting pedophilia and you're obviously okay with us being pedophiles. If I do it hidden behind your back, then you can argue and say, I didn't know they were pedophiles. But by showing you, I've shown you I'm a pedophile. You still want to wear my t-shirt. So obviously what I'm doing is okay. And this karmic retribution model and the way that Satanists view the world, and when I say Satanists, I genuinely mean people who worship Satan. The people who are in charge of these brands and in charge of the Western world and in charge of the Matrix genuinely worship Satan. When you understand the idea of karmic retribution, you can apply that to so many scenarios. They're doing this with everything.
I mean, this is what I said. Like, if you don't know something's going on and you're wearing it, then I can sympathize with you. You didn't know. But this shit's out in the open. If I see people that I know wearing this shit and they're aware, because some people still don't know this is going on. I spoke to some people about it and they were clueless. If you are aware of what Balenciaga's done, if you are aware of what they were promoting, and you're still wearing their tops, I'm going to look at you sideways. And I ain't going to walk down the road with you. I won't be seen near you. That shit is all the way creepy to me.
Here is a video that Denma proudly posted on his Instagram. It's a fake baby doll, or a fake baby in like bloody rags. What is the purpose? Oh God, like why do they have fake babies and bags with bloody baby items and diapers and pacifiers?
And this is probably happening in other places, but it's out there. This is information people can digest now. If you're still buying their products, then I'm sorry. I'm going to judge you. I am going to judge you. And maybe you don't care, but anybody that cares about children is going to judge you sideways after this information's come out about them. It is disgusting. I just don't get people that think this shit's okay or like prey on the innocent. But let's react to this guy who seems to think it's okay to defend Balenciaga.
I don't use the microphone unless it's serious. Hello there guys, it's Joel here, aka Galax, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I create content here on YouTube and over on TikTok and Instagram about fashion, my own personal style, outfits and stuff. And I was doing my Q&A. I do a weekly Q&A over on Instagram, and I think about 100 of the questions today were like, what do you think about the Balenciaga scandal? So I gave my honest, well-informed opinion compared to a lot of people's ill-informed opinions. And I said, you know what, I think I'm going to make a YouTube video about it because I feel like it, obviously I am a huge fan and have been a huge fan of Balenciaga and Demna since he started Vetements, and then carried that through to Balenciaga as well. And what has like transpired over the past couple of weeks is absolutely ridiculous and fully blown out of proportion. And I'm gonna go in depth and give you a timeline of things and what's happened from my perspective. And yeah, I just thought it would be an interesting video. And considering about 90% of the replies on my Instagram stories today have agreed with me, I think this information could be useful because the information is very skewed. The information that's in the news is very skewed. There's a lot of...
Listen, bro, just because people have agreed with you doesn't mean you're right. If you're in the fashion game, I'm assuming a lot of people that follow you are also involved in fashion or are interested in it. So of course they're going to agree with you. They're your followers.
I just find it crazy that so many people would agree.
But I mean, of course they would. We live in a world now where people think this shit's okay and that it should be defended. I'm not even surprised, but I'm glad that he's talking about it. So now we know who to look sideways at. I'm glad this was sent over to me by my friend who was probably not expecting me to react to this. If he's going to go on to defend it, I'm just going to rip into him.
Shows the sort of person he is as well, though.
I have a lot of friends that might do a lot of bad things and I might like turn sideways at it and be like, you know, whatever. But if I find out that you're doing shit with kids, that's the line, bruv. I don't care how close we are, I'll turn your ass in. That line can't be crossed. There's so many lines that people can cross with a lot of things, and I'll be like, it's okay, bro, we'll figure this out, don't worry. If you're messing with kids, there's no way back as far as I'm concerned. I don't care how big of a fan of you I am, it can be anyone. That line cannot be crossed. There has to be a line in the sand somewhere for people.
Misinformation. The sources of information are very concerning. And I don't think a lot of people are aware the sources of the information. So yeah, I will say this beforehand. If I did think that Balenciaga were involved in any form of abuse or philia, I would not be supporting them at all. So I completely 100% do not believe that is true. So I'm just putting that out there from the beginning. And also a bit of a disclaimer as well. I think I'm going to have to be careful of what words I actually include in this video for YouTube, because I think that whole area of stuff to do with children is very sensitive. So timeline. In terms of what content Balenciaga put out, Balenciaga and Adidas released their highly anticipated collection. I made videos about it here on my YouTube channel. And the campaign was released. It's basically a lot of models inside like offices doing regular jobs and stuff like that, but dressed in heads to Adidas and Balenciaga. That came out. That happened. No one said a word, but it's obviously something that we'll go back to in a bit. The next campaign that came out was the gift holiday campaign. Now, it's important to note that this campaign was also out for about 1 week before anyone was saying anything. So the Christmas gift shop campaign was shot by a photographer whose name is, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Gabriele Galimberti, and they do a series of photography. A piece of work that Gabriele does is called Toy Stories, and it's basically pictures of children with their toys all laid out in front of them in their house. And that's it. That is the art. That is the piece of art. It's about documenting what toys children have in different countries. And it's, he's done it all over the world. And that was, I guess, the inspiration for the Balenciaga campaign and why they worked with this particular photographer. So the whole concept is kids with their toys, which is completely fine. That's extremely, extremely normal. So as you can see from the Balenciaga gift campaign, we see the children with the gift shop products, which range from like lunch boxes to cups to blankets to dog bowls and stuff like that. Just little things you can buy for Christmas for your house from Balenciaga. That's it. Like I said, that had been out for about a week and no one literally raised any eyebrows. Then a tweet surfaces from a YouTuber whose name is Natty Denise. Natty Denise is a YouTuber who makes videos about conspiracy theories and celebrity gossip drama. She literally made a video about Katy Perry's eye. And then she also makes videos about the Illuminati and artists that are working with like satanic things and rituals and stuff like that.
Did you see the whole Katy Perry's eye thing? That she was malfunctioning.
Mm.
But what this guy's saying is nonsense. It was one thing to take a picture of the kid standing next to Thomas the Tank Engine. It's another thing to take a picture of a kid standing next to bondage gear. I don't care if it was up for a week and no one said anything. That just means no one caught on. And this person is big enough that they got attention on it. It doesn't matter if she makes weird conspiracy videos. What's in the picture?
Yeah, it's not a conspiracy, it's facts.
There's this guy is coping so hard right now. He's pissing me off. It doesn't matter if she makes videos about the Illuminati. It doesn't matter if she says the frogs are gay. It doesn't matter if she's Alex Jones' girlfriend. It doesn't matter. Those images were on Balenciaga's Instagram. Bondage gear. Next to children. I don't even know. I'm surprised he's brazen enough to even make a YouTube video trying to defend this. This guy is a moron.
So she is a conspiracy theorist. I'm just going to put that out there. Saying the brand Balenciaga just did an interesting photo shoot for their new products recently, which included a very purposely poorly hidden court document about virtual PORN. And then it included, this is what gets me as well. It includes 2 images from completely different photo shoots. So here we have the picture from the kids photo shoot with the gift shop campaign, and then also including pictures of the Balenciaga Adidas campaign. So they're 2 completely separate photo shoots. One contains no children, one contains children. But what they're doing is they're blending the 2 photo shoots and saying they're from the same thing. They're saying that the court documents in the Adidas Balenciaga campaign are in the same pictures as the kids' photo shoot, which they are not. And that's still a fact that's put around on loads of news articles to this day.
Why does it matter?
Regardless.
Why does it matter?
Regardless.
Why does it matter? But why does it matter, bro? You're a waste man. You're a top tier waste man.
Okay.
Why does it matter?
Let's say this court document wasn't in the same images as the kid holding the teddy, but the court document still shows and says what it says.
Yeah.
Even if the footage never got released of the kids holding the bondage teddy bears, the court document still is what it is.
How are you defending this, you fucking idiot?
How are you justifying it?
Oh my god, bro. Nah, bro. It's not looking good for you, bro. It's not looking good.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Like, oh, the kids campaign with these court documents in, and it's like, actually, they're two completely separate campaigns. You actually zoom in on the Balenciaga Adidas handbag shot with the papers. It's very, very blurred out, and it's illegible.
Do you know what's funny about it? He really feels like he was onto something there. Like, I made a great point.
Okay. There's still a document about virtual child in the background. Why would that be in any fashion shoot? Why didn't he explain that? Why didn't he? Maybe he's going to explain in a minute, but what does it matter?
And like we were saying, it's the fact that somebody's gone out of their way to retrieve this document, place it in the picture like it's been a well thought out process. It's not just been a straightforward accidental thing or whatever. It's they've gone out of their way to put that there.
Yeah, of course. Like, it was put there purposefully. Why would you have that document in any photo shoot? I don't care if the children are in that one or not. It really doesn't matter. The children's photos on their own with the bondage gear is bad enough. That is bad enough. That is more than enough reason to boycott Balenciaga for good. Even if the document is not in those pictures, you need to understand this, bruv. It doesn't matter.
To that point. And also, the original source citing the similarities between the two is saying it can't quite make out what it is about. So already, to me, it's about nothing. It's literally nothing. The teddy bears, to me, resemble goths and punks. They're literally wearing like leather straps with studs or like a mesh top and stuff like that. We see crazier things in an outfit in Marvel movies, in Disney movies, in everything to do with kids. There's crazy outfits, and, you know, there's even sexualized superheroes and stuff like that. These teddy bears are literally nothing to like go crazy about. Since
bro, stop, man. Delete this video, bro. Save yourself. What are you saying right now? We see crazy shit in Marvel films. What Marvel film have you been watching? It's not looking good for you, bro.
It's really not.
It's not looking good. Like, okay, let's assume that there's bondage gear or things of that level in Marvel and Disney stuff. Let's assume. Why does that make this okay?
It's all wrong.
Did we not say that they're trying to normalize this shit? It may look like gothic stuff to you. I don't give a shit what it looks like to you. The rest of the world can see it for what it is. You're clearly fanboying over Balenciaga. You said at the beginning you're a very big fan of them. So already you're going to be biased. You're going to do what you can to damage control for them.
Was highlighted. I think loads of then TikTokers started to like jump on the trend of like reporting it. And then even Fox News picked it up. I want to play you the clip from Fox News because it is so funny. It's actually hilarious the way that this guy jumps to conclusions. So I'm going to put it on now.
The latest ad for the clothing brand Balenciaga. This was just uploaded on Instagram. As you can see, the photo shoot they're using to sell their products features a young girl holding a teddy bear in a bondage outfit. Then, in case you missed the point, the photo shoot also contains this image. It shows several documents. Most of them aren't visible, but what you can see when you zoom in, and of course the point is that you see it, is a reference to a U.S. Supreme Court case called Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. That case struck down a law against kiddie porn. What is this? Well, it is what it appears to be. It's an endorsement of kiddie porn, of child pornography. What else could it be? We wanted to know.
How did he get from a little corner of paper and a kid holding a teddy bear to the words kid? Honestly, the projection is unreal. It's actually so disturbing how I would have never in a million years seen those two things and thought, oh, child abuse, oh, sexual stuff to do with kids. Like 2 and 2 does.
What are you talking about? What are you talking?
He's rubbing his head. I need to rub my head.
Oh my days. That is what is on the document. I don't care if they're in the same picture or not. Anywhere you've got any mention of kiddie fiddling in any photo shoot, you're done. You're finished. And he said, oh, clearly you haven't done BDSM. Bruv, shut up. You're a donut. You are a donut of the highest order.
Like 2 and 2 does not make 10. This news channel is so insane. They're literally the same news channel that told people that drag queens are dangerous. And it's the extremism from this news channel is literally insane.
Anyone watching this with kids should be concerned with what he just said. Everyone else can see it for what it is, but he can't see it. Clearly, we can't trust this guy to make the right decision around children.
You know what it is though? There's a lot of people out there that will always be like, oh, you're sexualizing children for looking at it like this. You know, you shouldn't be thinking of it like that. And it's like, no, this stuff should not be out there. It's outright wrong. Like that show that one you're talking about on Netflix, it's like people were like, no, you shouldn't sexualize kids. No, they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, that film should not exist.
So it's like these people, I don't know why they do or say it, because there's just some things that are just wrong and should not be done.
Bro, like this guy's saying the maddest shit right now. I would be shook to leave children around him. Like, how can you not see what everyone else sees? 2 + 2 doesn't equal 10. Yeah, you're right, bruv. 2 + 2 don't equal 10. But that's you. That's not everyone else. That is you.
This news channel is so insane. They're literally the same news channel that told people that drag queens are dangerous. And it's the extremism from this news channel is literally insane. And it's now filtered out into TikTok, Instagram, all places like this, and like literally seeping into people's minds. They see the word Balenciaga and they instantly think, oh, child. It's like, no, that's not what this was. I don't. And to people that message me about it and they're like, oh, you shouldn't be supporting this brand. They're involved in child porn and stuff like this. And it's like, where? None of this is proof to that whatsoever. It's two unfortunate timings to do with different photo shoots. One of them is about a holiday campaign to promote gift products. And it's in the style of a photographer that shoots with children.
He keeps on saying unfortunate timing. When is this ever fortunate timing?
Yeah.
At what point in the year would it have been okay to release these images?
No, but I think he's talking about the fact that the two images are being combined together, but he needs to let go of that point that he keeps making, because it really is just so irrelevant. Is none of that, whenever they were released, if they were released together or not, none of that changes the fact of what was included in these images.
Yeah, like there's no skirting around it. I don't care if the one with the document was released on January 1st and the child one with the BDSM bondage gear was released at the last day of the year. Neither of them should exist.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's not getting that. And the thing is, he's not substantiating any of his points. He's just saying, oh, this is so ridiculous.
Where? How?
Oh, this makes no sense. People jump to... Bruv, substantiate your point. Because from what everyone else can see, this looks like madness to me. This looks like they're trying to normalize something. There is bondage gear in the picture. Are you blind? We don't need to partake in BDSM to see what that is. We all have Google. We can all see what bondage gear is. You are one of the stupidest people I've come across on the internet in a long time. And this is one of the more concerning ones, to be defending this shit. And sitting there trying to make out like Tucker Carlson is the mad one. Bro, not looking good.
And that was literally it. The teddy bears are not sexual.
Huh? And you guys know, probably, that panda is code for... You guys can look it up, but it's not great and it's very in line with everything they're doing.
They're not putting these children in danger. The parents of these children signed a release form to let their kids do this shoot. And when I saw the campaign, when all my friends saw the campaign, we were like, oh, that's so cute. None of us jumped in our heads to sexual things to do with children, because it's not that. And it's a reach. It is a huge reach. And it's a horror.
It's not looking good, bro. We need the names of your friends. It's not looking good for them either. Bro, we thought it was cute. I just
really don't know what he's getting at here. I'm just really confused. Like,
this is wild. This is wild. And
there was nothing cute about any of them photo shoots. I'll tell you that much.
Nothing cute.
Zero.
Nothing cute whatsoever.
They didn't even try and make the kids look cute or nothing. It was just very dark and gloomy and scary.
Yeah. What is cute looking about those teddy bears as well? They look like they're from a flipping horror film.
But accusation to make, and it leaps literally from nowhere. This guy Tucker Carlson is literally on the news discussing these two completely separate photo shoots that have nothing to do with each other. One is an illegible piece of documents under a Balenciaga handbag, and the other is a child holding a teddy bear, and he's like, it's child porn. They're abusing children. And it's like, are you an idiot? Are you literally an idiot? I feel like I'm watching an SNL skit right now. that is the moment I knew. And it reminded me of this very, very iconic moment.
Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down, bottoms up, and the devil laughs.
They're coming to these conspiracy conclusions from a mere suggestion of a rumor. It's not even like a legitimate thing. I bet you talk to anyone on that photo shoot or any...
What the fuck did he just play? You're trying to pull some stupid conspiracy video to corroborate your point. Let me explain it to you one more time. Because everybody else seems to have their eyes open, but you're walking around eyes wide shut. The kids are in a picture with BDSM gear. The teddy bears have bondage gear on. Are you okay? What planet are you on? You're doing yourself no favors here. No favors.
It's like he thinks he's going to get sponsored by Balenciaga or something.
He probably is. What's his name? Galax. Let's have a look at his Instagram.
I doubt it.
Good old blue check mark. Let's see. A couple of my boys are following him. I'll be messaging them tonight. Don't say his name.
Bleep it out. Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
I'll have a word. He probably doesn't know.
I bet you talk to anyone on that photo shoot or anyone to do like the parents of those children, and they will 100% agree with me that it was never intended to be like that. And it's been interpreted in a very strange way by Republican extremist Americans and then put on Fox News. So this was very early last week, probably on the Monday, I think like 7 days ago now. Yeah. So I've kind of been watching it unravel from there. So Natty Denise, conspiracy YouTuber, popularizes rumor, combines two photo shoots from Balenciaga and claims that they're one. So people now think that the papers on the desk are also inside the gift shop campaign, which they're not. The Fox News, which reminded me of Bottoms Up and The Devil Laughs. So then it starts seeping into popular culture, I guess, like TikTokers are like, oh, this is Balenciaga scandal. I can get some views from this. So they start making videos about that. And then Instagram reels and stuff like this start appearing. And then news articles in places like the Daily Mail and stuff like that are all reporting on this potential scandal to do with children. So at this point, I mean, Balenciaga is a huge company. They're part of Kering, who also own Gucci. There's thousands of people employed by this company. There is a head office. There's a HR team. There is a PR team. They're not like five guys in a basement summoning a devil, which is what some people now think, which is so funny to me because it's like you have no brain cells and no understanding of corporate culture or anything like that. It's like, no, like this is a reach, honestly. So yeah, TikTok and widespread rumors begin. And then Balenciaga.
No one thinks that it's five guys in the basement summoning the devil. We think it's a big corporation. There's a bunch of corruption going on. That's what we think. It's you that has no brain cells. You play that stupid Monster Energy drink as if it was some sort of win. You are honestly one of the most ignorant people I've ever met. Man, he's saying a lot of wild shit right now. He's saying a lot of wild shit. I do think he is a moron, though. I can say that's my opinion. I think he's a moron.
There's also controversy surrounding one of the primary stylists that Denma brought on to work with Balenciaga. Her name is Lada Volkova, and her Instagram is just totally weird. She's now privatized it, but it is full of fake babies, bondage, and teddy bears. Does that sound familiar to any campaigns that we have seen recently? Possibly. She has not been explicitly named as part of the creative team for either of these campaigns, but she at least had some influence there. Here she is. This was just in September. She's weirdly holding this teddy bear. Here's another one in some sort of rope hanging teddy bear. Here are two people in trash bags kissing, hugging, and she like put a bunch of hearts. Here's another one. Here's a baby holding up a skull.
FBI, open up! Balenciaga issue an apology. When it gets to a point like this, if it's in like headlines and stuff like this, they are going to be forced to say something. Also, one thing to note, a lot of people are like, they removed all the pictures. It's like every time Balenciaga brings out a campaign, a few days later, they remove it. Every time. It's not a new thing for them. Their Instagram is usually empty and they release a campaign so people see it and then they take it away. Like the campaign with Kim for winter in the like thunderstorms, they release it, they post it, they archive it. That's just the way that they operate. So the Adidas Balenciaga campaign came out, they removed it. The gift shop campaign came out, they removed it because they were releasing a new campaign for their Spring 23 collection. So Balenciaga released an apology, 2 separate apologies. I think this was to highlight that they are 2 separate photo shoots. So the first one, we sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. Our plush bear bag should not have been featured with children in this campaign. We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms. Cool, done, fair. I feel like if they hadn't included the bears in the campaign, no one would have had a problem with anything. But because the bears are leaning more towards like punk rock aesthetics, people are like, no, they shouldn't be with children. It's like, okay.
But if they apologize and they said children shouldn't have been included in it, isn't that a mission of guilt?
And he's like, cool, done, fair. So do you not understand now that it was wrong and shouldn't have been done? Because you're still defending them even though they know that they're wrong.
Yeah, this is what happens when you fanboy too hard.
I'm just too confused.
This is exactly like, you know, like I'm a big fan of The Rock, right? I like watching The Rock's films. I think that, you know, like his training stuff is very motivational, despite what people say about the steroids and whatnot. Like that aside, I find him to be a very motivational person. David Goggins, I'm a fan of. Joe Rogan, I'm a fan of. Like, you know, there's loads of people that I like, but I ain't gonna follow those people or defend them if they're messing with children. It's just done. That's it. It's over. It's finished.
He's literally denying reality right now.
Yeah, like it's crazy. We live in a time where, I don't know, people, it's like people are walking around with their eyes wide shut. We can all see what's happening, but there's a subsection of the population that just pretends like something is or isn't happening. I don't get what is going on right now. There's so much wacky shit going on. And he's like, cool, done, fine. No, bruv, not cool, done, fine. They said the children shouldn't have been featured in it. It was inappropriate. They admitted it was inappropriate. This guy, he's in the upside down.
The next apology was for the Adidas Balenciaga shoot. So we apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including unapproved items for our Spring 23 campaign photo shoot. We strongly condemn the abuse of children in any form. We stand for children's safety and well-being. They're actually suing the production company that helped put that shoot together. So I've included a link down below to a website called The Fashion Law. As a result of the defendant's misconduct, Balenciaga alleges that the members of the public, including the news media, have falsely and horrifically associated Balenciaga with repulsive and deeply disturbing subject of the court decision. And as a result, the defendants are liable to Balenciaga for all harm resulting from this false association, includes monetary damages of no less than $25 million. Balenciaga are now suing the production company that included those documents, whether they were put there on purpose or not. Whether it was some intern that just had to Google like, oh, we need important documents to put into this for this office set, like, and then just was like, important things, print. That literally could have been it. Or the people that work for this production company in their minds wanted to plant something inside this Balenciaga shoe that they then could pull them up on. I don't know. But either way.
Is that really what you're going to run with, yeah? That's really what you want to run with? Oh, important things, print. Bruv, shut up. You're a waste, man. You're an actual donut, bruv. That's really what you're going to run with. You actually thought it was a good idea to put that out.
And it's like he's trying to have this mindset of, oh, well, Balenciaga, no, it was wrong. That's why they're taking legal action, so it's not their fault. But it's like, in the beginning, you didn't see an issue with it anyway. So you're actually just contradicting yourself here.
Yeah, like...
It's either wrong or it isn't.
Like, Balenciaga are filing a lawsuit, yeah? Now, I don't believe them, personally. I don't believe Kim. I don't believe none of these people that are defending them. But they're filing a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So they must know that it was wrong.
Exactly. But he's turning his nose up at everyone who's saying it's wrong. Like, how is it wrong? It's definitely not wrong. But then in the same breath, he's now saying...
Oh, it must have just been a mistake. Just printed a random document.
Confused.
Just printed a random document about kiddie fiddling. Bro, no. Get out, man. Waste, man.
But either way, Balenciaga is suing them for $25 million. And to me, that isn't them sitting back and just accepting of what is happening. They are pissed. They are annoyed. If you're a giant corporation, you do not want people thinking this. Like, why would they want people to think this? Why would they willingly include those documents inside their photo shoot? It just doesn't make sense. And why would they then sue a company for $25 million if it was all meant to be there? Honestly, if you think that Balenciaga is involved in the child abuse circles of the Illuminati, that is your decision to make. But at the moment, I don't think they are. I think the kids with the bags is just a bit of an oversight. It's like when you're working with children, you should be extremely critical in thinking of like what is included in the images and what people might think or interpret in that way. But obviously no one anticipated that people looking at the children's gift holiday campaign and holding these teddy bears, which are really cute and fun from the Summer 23 show, would immediately jump to child. Like, regular people don't think that. It's very, very sick and twisted how people like that news guy jumped to that conclusion from nowhere. Like, it says more about him and it says more about these people than it does to actually the campaign itself, because
what do you mean regular people don't think that? That's what regular people are thinking. That's why it's blown up. That's why everyone's talking about it. What the hell are you talking about? This is insufferable. This guy is insufferable. His stupidity is overwhelming. I feel like I'm getting dumber listening to him.
My brain's actually hurting.
He's literally melted my brain with his bullshit. I'm glad he put this out. Now I never knew who he was before because I don't really follow the fashion game like that. But Galax is blacklisted in my opinion. This is always the excuse they use. They use it with the drag queens. They fucking do it now with Balenciaga. Everything. This is so much cope. We don't have a problem with drag queens, right? We don't care they exist. I don't care what they do in their clubs. I ain't got a problem with those people. Like I said, I've chilled with them before. It's all blessed. But if they told me they're going to a primary school, we got a problem. If you then turn around to me and say, why are you thinking of it like that? I'm going to say, bro, they're burlesque dancers. Do we have strippers in school reading stories to kids? Do we? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Why would you have male burlesque in a school and then try to paint us like the bad guys because we're trying to protect the children?
That's the thing. This guy really just doesn't make sense.
They always do this thing where they're like, oh, it's their minds went there. They're the problem. Bruv, no.
You're the problem.
You are the problem. The fact that you can't see the line, the fact that you thought it was cute, the fact that you and your friends thought it was all cutesy, you're the problem. If you can't see where the line is, if you can't understand why everyone got up in arms about this, if you can't understand why having a kiddie fiddling document in the back of a photo shoot is messed up, you need help. It's not us, it's you. You need genuinely, I mean that genuinely, you need help. Someone of greater importance that knows this guy needs to reach out to him and tell him, bruv, it's not looking good. We need to get you some help.
So another thing that I want to talk about that people have said to me a lot as well, they're like, oh, where is the same energy that you had for Kanye West compared to Balenciaga? Because Kanye West has basically been cancelled from everything. And obviously people are comparing the Balenciaga scandal to the Kanye West scandal, which makes no sense at all, because I feel like the major difference between the Kanye West scandal and the Balenciaga thing is intent. Kanye West intended to single out different groups of people, races, religions. Kanye West did was he knew what he was doing and he wanted to do it. He was spewing anti-Semitism. He was saying that BLM was a scam. He was tearing down people within the fashion industry, making fun.
BLM was a scam, bruv. What planet are you on?
This guy is really uneducated, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just talking based off his own personal feelings and emotions than facts.
He said, oh, what Kanye did was intentional. Okay, yes, so, bruv, they didn't intentionally put kids in the photo shoot. They didn't intentionally put them in bondage gear. They didn't intentionally leave that document on the desk. No? It's just, some intern just accidentally printed out a kiddie fiddling document. A very specific one as well. You're a donut, bruv. You are a donut, bruv. What school did you go to? You're not educated.
Bullying people on Instagram stories. He was doing all these things on purpose and he was unashamed to say it. That is the difference in what's happened to Kanye being cancelled and then this whole Balenciaga thing. The Balenciaga thing is just a series of unfortunate events and a lot of overreactions and blowing things out of proportion from Fox News and stuff like that. That's completely different to what's gone on with Kanye West. Kanye West has malicious intent. So one thing that I think is important that when you search Balenciaga in Twitter at the moment, the kinds of people that are speaking about this and getting lots of retweets and people are getting their information from are people like Candace Owens, who is really good friends with Kanye West. And I wonder why Kanye West would want to take Balenciaga down. I wonder why he would want to like push this narrative, and all of his friends would too. We then have people like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a succubus of the earth. He is a disgrace to mankind. He puts a bad name on men. He literally got removed from all social media platforms because of the way that he thinks.
You put a bad name on men, bruv. You put a bad name on men.
Wow.
You're a waste man, bruv. Like, I don't care if it's Kanye. I don't care if it's fucking Mussolini, bruv. It doesn't matter who exposed this.
He's just trying to make excuses for everything and anything.
Yeah, I don't care if it's Andrew Tate. I don't care if it's Tristan. I don't care if it's Myron. I don't care who I don't care who exposes. I don't care how I feel about them. We've seen the pictures. We've seen the documents. And we've seen other creepy shit from Balenciaga before. This ain't the first time. This one just blew up. They've been doing weird shit. What planet is this guy on?
That's an asshole. And he is now spewing stuff about Balenciaga as well, which is completely untrue. And it's just like, if you are thinking along the lines of these people, if you're thinking the same thoughts of these people, then I feel like there's no coming back for you, because these people are literally the villains of the earth, and they are spewing this like gross narrative to do with children and child abuse and stuff like that. And it's like, how did you get there from these two photo shoots? Like, please tell me, because your mind is messed up. It's so gross to be able to get to that conclusion from these little mistakes within two photo shoots.
I just don't know how many times we can keep repeating or explaining it. It's
mad.
just...
It's mad.
It's ridiculous.
It's mad that they can't see where the line is. That is the most concerning thing. That they can't see where the line is. They think they're in the right. They see these things and they're like, oh, how can you think that? And it's not that, how can we think that? It's like, how can you not think that? How do you not see the line there?
I feel like he's literally just turning a blind eye.
Nah, he's chatting the most shit. He's saying Andrew Tate and these people are the villains of the earth. Bro, you're one of the villains of the earth. Netflix for releasing that show about that movie about cuties is one of the villains of the earth. People that are defending this are villains to humanity, and children shouldn't be around them. Straight up. That is all mad to be defending this shit. I don't care. Like I said 100 times, I don't care if it's fucking Alex Jones' mum that it came from. Don't care. It could be Baba Yaga. It could be Donald Trump. It could be Mussolini. It could be Idi Amin. It could be Hitler. It could be anyone. I don't care. Those images are not doctored. And that's it. That's all you need to understand. Anyone could have told you that. How you don't understand that is mind-boggling. You have enough brain cells to pick up a mic. So I'm assuming you have enough brain cells to understand the language that you speak. If you understand English words, then you understand the words coming out of people's mouths. How you've come to this conclusion is honestly, it's going to keep me up at night. Like, this is all mad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We then have people, just for example, when you search like Balenciaga on Twitter, there's a tweet from this woman, Leia Halpern. She said, anyone wearing Balenciaga from this point onwards is endorsing child pornography and should be cancelled. Her other tweets read like this: the greatest threat to humanity is the satanic woke agenda. The reality is Elon Musk is the greatest thing that's happened to free speech in the last decade. That's the kind of thing she's saying. So yeah, Blair White said, if Balenciaga did something that offended the LGBT community, every celebrity would have cut ties instantly. They promoted child nearly every celebrity is silent. Really makes you think, huh? This has 35,000 likes. That's 35,000 stupid people. Can you believe Balenciaga didn't do a thing to any children? Nothing bad has happened to any children. No children were harmed in the making of that photo shoot. What is wrong with people? Honestly, it's like they don't have a brain. Bottoms up and the devil laughs. So in conclusion, I think far right Twitter has overreacted massively. I think Fox News has added a giant big stir to the pot. I think everyone is caught up in this hysteria and really actually unashamedly throwing around the accusations of child abuse, which is very, very serious and very disgusting that they'd even come to that conclusion from this. So, I don't know. It's just like, it's really messy. And it's really hard to reason with people who don't have common sense. And it's really hard to like have a proper discussion with someone. because they're like, oh, but the papers and the teddy bear, that must mean they're abusing children. And it's like so over this. If you watched this video in its entirety, thank you so much. If you didn't and you're leaving comments, I'll know, because it's very evident if someone didn't watch this video, or if you didn't understand the video, that's fine too. Like, it is what it is. I will still be wearing Balenciaga. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I think there's a lot of misinformation, and I think that a lot of people are stupid. So, yeah. That's the end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. If you didn't, bye.
Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. Like, he's just saying...
I'm glad that he said he's going to keep wearing Balenciaga. Now we can identify the idiots.
Yeah, but he's just basically saying, like,
God.
Everything's wrong. Everyone's got the wrong end of the stick, but Balenciaga admitted it themselves, so
but he didn't provide anything. He didn't provide any counter arguments at all. He just said, "Oh, this person's wrong. Tucker Carlson's mad. Andrew Tate's a bad person." Bruv,
people have no brains.
Bruv, like he kept on saying, "How did people jump to this conclusion?" Because there's children in next to bondage gear. There's teddy bears in bondage gear. No one saw that and thought, "Oh, that looks like a gothic summer outfit." Bruv, what the fuck are you talking about? That was 22 minutes of nothing. He said nothing other than far right. Of course. It always goes back to far right. This is what I told you. The minute you disagree with these people, you're far right. He brings up Elon Musk is allowing people to share their opinions on Twitter without facing like harsh bans over nothing, really. He's unbanning people so they can share their opinions. And he somehow finds it weird that Elon Musk is the best thing that's happened to free speech in a while. I'm sorry, where else is that happening? Who would you point to as a beacon of free speech other than Elon Musk? And I'm not even an Elon Musk fan, but where else do you look? It ain't YouTube. It's not Instagram. It ain't Facebook. It's not Snapchat. Even if Elon Musk isn't all the way there, even if I don't agree with him with everything, where else would you look? This guy's he's just full of shit. He said nothing the entire episode. Absolutely fuck all. A whole bunch of nothing. He sat there, oh, how can people think this? Oh, a document. Bruv, the document is about kiddie fiddling. You guys that agree with this, continue wearing Balenciaga so the rest of us can identify you morons. And look, I said this about the fashion game in that last episode we did about I can't remember, was it the pharmaceutical stuff or whatever? This is why, again, these brands, I just tend to stay away from them. And I've bought stuff before I became privy to like how that industry really works, and just the weird shit that, this isn't the first time some weird shit's come out. This one's just the current one that's blowing up. Continue wearing it. Continue wearing all these brands so I know who to stay away from. That's great. You're advertising it. Normally, pedos and pedo sympathizers don't advertise it. But if you're gonna advertise it for me, by all means, go ahead. The rest of us can see who the clowns are.
I found this ad campaign particularly distasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right. They're groomers. This is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff that we're seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner, carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even give credence to those kind of insane takes. Yeah.
Instead of addressing the problem directly, this woman and people like her have made this a right and left situation. Do not let those that wish to support Balenciaga and others like them pigeonhole you into a political debate. Do not allow them to paint you as far right. This is not a right or left situation. The images you have seen and the rhetoric surrounding it shouldn't make you question your politics. You can be right or left, but this situation is very simple. Whether you are right or left, the images you saw from Balenciaga were inappropriate, and that is putting it very lightly. This woman and people like her will use whatever talking point they can to deflect from the issue at hand, whether that be drag queens or the LGBT community. They will try to drum up your emotions to make you pick a side, and they will use those that are disenfranchised to weaponize their talking points. The only side you should be concerned with is the side that protects children. It is that simple. When you hear people using talking points like this, understand that they are just a pawn in a game to control you emotionally. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We appreciate the support, and we will catch you next time.